Hey friends, it's Mark Mandel here for a live view at a little bit of what's been going on in my life recently, looking back at last week's Customer Experience Forrester conference and a little bit about what's ahead. I'm trying a brand new format here. I'm doing a live stream right off the bat, just myself here, in the hope that this gets out to reach as many of you as possible. Well, let's first look back at last week's Forrester show. Some of you may have seen a video I posted last week or maybe read a written posting that I wrote up about the conference. But it was an interesting week. First, the good, got an opportunity to see a lot of my old customer experience friends that I've not seen in a long while face to face outside of these screen calls. And it was good to do that. I really enjoyed my time with a lot of you guys. So thank you for hanging out with me. It meant a lot to me that you spent the time. The downside was, the conference was different this year. Firstly, it was quite a bit smaller in terms of both attendance and exhibitor space. First, let's start with attendance. It's been my perception that in past years, the conference was more crowded. This year, the total headcount was larger, or at least about the same, but a significant amount of the people who were there this year were Forrester employees. You could tell by the green lanyards that they had around their necks. They were all Forrester employees. And if you take them out of the attendee list, you're going to see the actual core attendees was probably about 400, maybe 500, which in my memory is about half of what it was in past years. So we're a little bit smaller this year. In terms of number of exhibitors, they took the exhibitor hall and they kind of crunched it into the middle. So they had in the past years extra aisles of exhibitor booths, and some of the booths like the Medallia booth and the Qualtrics booth that had been large freestanding sections of the floor were now been reduced to smaller table setups, which was different for them from past years. There was also not a lot of sold space. The exhibitor hall had a lot of unsold real estate in it, to the point where they opened up, believe it or not, if you weren't there or didn't see my previous posting, they opened up a pickleball game. They opened up a pickleball court right on the side of the exhibitor hall. And a couple of the exhibitors gave away pickleball rackets, in fact, to support that. So it was interesting to see that they were creative in the use of the space, but again, they were compensating for unsold real estate. A couple of the key voice of the customer platform guys did not choose to sponsor the conference at all. Most notably missing was the team from what used to be InMoment, now that InMoment is rolling into Confirm It or Forsta. They were not there either. So there was no representation from the Forsta family of companies whatsoever, other than a couple of guys walking around the hall on their own. So it was quite a bit smaller. Headcount, number of sponsors, real estate, the whole thing was a little bit smaller. In terms of themes that were being talked about, there were two prevailing themes: the Forrester theme and the everybody else theme. The Forrester theme can really be summarized by one phrase: total experience. And the reality, my friends, is that what this is just a repackaging, in my opinion, a regurgitation of a bunch of things that are old with a new name on it. Total experience, according to Forrester, is the compilation of four things: customer experience data, employee experience data, brand experience data, and user experience data. And they take these four elements and they kind of mash them together into a bit of an index score, and that becomes the total experience. And that was the Forrester recurrent theme, is this is about total experience and measuring the total experience and analyzing the total experience and benchmarking the total experience. There was a lot of chatter about that. From everybody else, it was about AI. And I could tell you, my friends, it was all about companies last year or the year before who were there. The sponsor, the exhibiting companies, were all about they do such and such with a bit of AI. This year, they're now AI companies. Even Qualtrics, who I think of as the world's largest supplier of survey tools, is distancing themselves from surveying and now becoming an AI company. It's interesting to see the juxtaposition of AI taking the lion's share of the talk track from every one of those companies. And you can see it in their signage and in their branding that they are AI companies first and foremost, everything else a distant second. Not surprising because that's obviously where the money is going, but it was just interesting to see the flip from last year to this year. Overall, again, upside was great networking opportunities. Fun to see a bunch of old friends, have a chance to say hi to them. Haven't seen a lot of you guys in a long time in the same physical place. Good to do that now. Hopefully we could do that again soon. And on the downside, it was a lot about the same packaging, same stuff over and over again. Total Experience is just a repackaging of some old stuff. AI, not new, just changing the marketing. And then pickleball, that was just the sign of things to come, where the event was quite a bit more condensed than it was in past years. My friends, we'll see you soon. Thank you for hanging out with me. Hopefully all is well with you. And for those who were in Nashville last week, I hope you made it home safe and sound. See you real soon, my friends. Bye-bye now.